This fucking idiot. Oh, whoa. Hi, guys. Hi. Didn't hear that. But, welcome to my NFL analysis. Alright, guys, welcome. We're back with another episode of my NFL analysis for week 4. So we're going to go ahead and get this started off. The first game of the week on Thursday was the Vikings and the Rams. That was 31-38 with the Rams being victorious. It ended up being a shootout. You know, it was Kirk Cousins versus Jared Goff basically for the most part. Defenses weren't playing a big part, as you can see from the high score total. Vikings defense hasn't been the same since the NFC playoffs last year, so I'm kind of worried about them this year. Rams, I mean, they just kind of gave, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, so they just kind of gave up yards and touchdowns to very talented, oppositions. So, I mean, that game was kind of what I expected. I expected a shootout because I didn't expect both defenses to stand up to each other. So, that was that. Following game was the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots. That was 7-38 with the New England Patriots being victorious. This was their get-back on track game because they were 1-2. If they would have lost this, they'd have been 1-3. Dolphins were on a nice little run, 3-0 run, so I was hoping they'd be able to beat the Patriots. Let's kick them down a peg, but, we all knew the Patriots weren't going to lose. And they started to catch some mojo with the offense, so we got that. Following that game was Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Chicago Bears, and this was just sad. It was 10-48. The Chicago Bears getting the upper hand in that. Chicago Bears looking great this year. Great defense. Mitchell Trubisky threw for 6 touchdown passes, a career high. I couldn't believe it because I didn't think he was that good, but he's showing other things. Tampa Bay, they're looking like upset basically. They were looking good coming out the gates with Fitzpatrick, and then they just kind of took, a turn for the worse. They just kind of started going down. So now Jameis Winston's back in. He got benched halfway through. Jameis Winston came in and didn't play too well either. So, that wasn't a very appealing game, to say the least. Following that game was the Detroit Lions versus the Cowboys. So that game was 24-26. Cowboys taking that by 2. This game was more about Ezekiel Elliott than anything for the Cowboys. Dak is Dak. He played better than he has recently, but they finally got Ezekiel Elliott really going, so it ended up paying dividends in the long run. So, that's good for them. The Lions, Matt Stanford is just looking like a joke. I hope he steps up to play a little bit. This should have been a winnable game, but now they're 1-3, so we'll kind of see how they go from here. Buffalo Bills versus Green Bay Packers was next, 22-0. I get happy when I talk about my Packers. But we did a shutout to the Bills, first one since 2008. So, getting our defense back on track. Our offense was okay. Aaron Rodgers didn't seem to think it was that good. I did see some miscues that could be fixed, but I was happy we got that win in such a dominating fashion. So, Josh Allen got he got basically turned back into a rookie. He was jumping over defenders and stuff with Minnesota. Not in Green Bay, buddy. Not with us. Following that game was the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Texans took that by 3. It was a close game. It went to overtime. In reality, the Colts could have punted it and took a tie, but they decided to, they got the Philadelphia Eagles' old offensive coordinator. So, he was the one who was pushing that, go for it, don't be scared. So he went for it. It wasn't the smartest decision based on where they were at with the ball, because all that Texans had to do was complete like a 10-point or 10-yard pass play to get in field goal range. So it wasn't the smartest thing, but I respect the balls. But people were, egging him for it. But man, it's his team. Following that game was the New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, 12-31. Blake Bortles had a great game. I don't think he's gonna have that again. But he did. So, Blake Bortles has just been impressive at times this small size of the year so far. I'm not a Blake fan. I can't get behind him because he always turns into Blake Bortles again. But he played fucking great this game. Like, I was shocked. 388 for passing yards. That's ridiculous. Sam Darnold, he's just going through his rookie ups and downs. But, you see the potential. But, they got a lot to fix with the team. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Atlanta Falcons was the following game. This game was pretty sad because they beat Atlanta at home by 1. And, the Atlanta just keep having late game issues. They're missing a lot of people on the defensive side of the ball, which is killing them. But they managed to put up points with anybody. So, at any given time, they can take off on a streak with, going against the right teams that don't have the right type of offense. So, we'll see. Following that game was Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tennessee Titans, 23-26. Titans took that from the Eagles. It was a close game. They only won by a field goal kick. You can see Philly getting her legs underneath them, but it's definitely not the same defense from last year. Offense is kind of because they've been in and out with injuries, but we'll kind of see as they mesh along the season. Titans are 3-1. I didn't see that coming. Like, they're kind of the surprise of the year right now. They do have a great defense though, but the offense is kind of stagnant at times. So we'll see. But following that game was the Cleveland Browns, and the Oakland Raiders. So that was 42-45. And the Raiders took that by 3. I was sad because I'm a Baker Mayfield fan, so I was like, hey, 42 points, come on. Baker should have got the job done with that. But the defense didn't do their part, obviously, because Carr was out there setting records like he was Tom damn Brady or Peyton damn Manning. So they didn't get that. The defenses on both teams played sorry, but Oakland, that's to be expected. Cleveland, there's no excuse. So they're going to clean that up. San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Chargers played next. There was a 2-point difference. Chargers did their part. 49ers are missing their QB. It's kind of self-explanatory with that one. I'll kind of let that go. That game didn't really interest me much. New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. That was 33-18. This one I was a little sad about. Kamara got off with 3 touchdown passes. Rushing touchdowns. And Drew Brees did Drew Brees type of things. The Giants' offense stayed stagnant as it's been, and I'm hoping it turns around. I know Odell's been speaking out, and he has reason to. I think Eli's dying as a football player right in front of us. So hopefully they can pick it up and get something going. Pat Shurmur needs to get some type of spark from that offense, and then see what they can do. The following game was Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, 26-14. Ravens took that. This game I expected more from the Steelers because it's the division rival. The kicker put up a lot of points for the Ravens, but Joe Flacco definitely did his job. Ben was good in the first half and then had a horrendous second half. I think he only scored, not scored, but he got maybe 50 to 100 yards, I think, passing. And it's pretty pitiful. It is just not the type of thing you expect from an elite quarterback. So they're going to work on that. And then the last game was the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos, 27-23. That was a great game. This game more so is about Patrick Mahomes than anybody. He's really showing that he's one of the most elite quarterbacks in the league. He's got thrown in your top 5 at the moment. A lot of people are going to say he's one. It's, your taste, your style, but, he's up there. He's definitely in the top 3 for me. But he played great. Great fourth quarter drive he did to bring them back. Great pass, the shovel pass he did when he tossed it to him and shot putted it to the receiver right when he got hit by Von Miller. The guy's making veteran plays for a first time starter, so he has all my respect. So yeah, we'll leave it at that with that. So that is all the games. Tune in next week, and we will have coverage for Week 5. Later, guys. Thank you. Subscribe. Remember, subscribe. Got more videos coming for you. More little secrets, more down the line. So thank you for your support.